welcome to the channel. I'm the casual caregiver, and I've been taking care of my dad with dementia for the past several years. Since 2019, actually, or actually since 2018, correction, since 2018. What I want to talk to you all today about is there's going to be a point, or more than likely if your loved one has dementia, where they're going to start being fixated on someone stealing from them. Whether it's their money, it could be anything. Like they're going to fixate on someone stealing from them. I went through it with my dad. From my conversations with other people who have loved ones with dementia, they all went through it too. So I think it's one of the very, very common symptoms. Well, not symptoms, but common outcomes. I don't know what the proper word would be, but it's something that most people who are dealing with a loved one with dementia experience. So for my dad, it wasn't his money. He thought we were stealing his multiple cell phones, which of course didn't actually exist. But every day at a certain point, especially when that sun starts going down, that's when you would deal with the sundowners. He would be like, my phones, like you have my phones. And it was laptops. You know, somebody took my laptop and someone has my phones. Now, he did have a laptop, which I did actually take from him because it was causing issues at night. Like, he would be in there fighting with the laptop, talking about how it's not working, and someone was putting stuff on the laptop. So at a certain point, I did kind of come up with this story in his world where I said, you know what, let me send it off to the shop for you. And so that they can fix it. And he gave me the laptop, and really I just took the laptop and put it in my room because I was like, we are not dealing with this. But then every couple of days he would remember and be like, where's my laptop? And I'd say, oh, remember you said it was messed up. I sent it off to the shop for them to fix it. And he'd be like, oh, yeah, those guys, they do a good job. Literally, it was just in my room. But the way the brain fixates on things, you gotta remember not to argue with them. You just have to get in their world and say things that will appease them, or just at least bring them some type of comfort. So after a while, he'd be like, you know, they're taking too long on my laptop. They're trying to steal it. And I'd have to come up with something and be like, oh no, you know what? They called me and they told me they needed to order this other part because they want to make sure it's working tip-top shape. Just go with it, y'all. Just lie. Just lie. They don't know. Just lie. But with the phones, he said he had, like, I can't remember what the number used to be, 17 phones, because he was working on some project with these phones and they're missing. And I said, well, here's your one cell phone. You know, here's one phone I know you had. And I think I had a second phone that no longer was in service that I would just give to him to hold on to. And that would help a little bit. And he's like, well, where are the rest of them? And I think I just came up with something like, oh, there was an issue with the phone, so we sent those to the shop too, and they're sending replacements. Whatever you got to do to just get it done and keep them calm, do it. Whatever you need to say, just go with it. There are going to be times they wake you up in the middle of the night. They may say they're looking for their wallet. The wallet might be on the dresser. But more than likely what they did is they hid the wallet from themselves, and now they don't know where the wallet is. And of course, you don't know where the wallet is because you weren't in the room with them when they hid it. And they start hiding things because they're thinking someone's going to take my stuff. But because they have dementia, they don't know where they put it. I found things wrapped up in socks, so check their socks, tucked in the back of drawers, inside the pillowcase. They may just stick it in a pocket and then shove it in the laundry. My dad, his thing used to be taking stuff, folding it up, like tying it up with strings. He would pull all of the strings out of his sweatpants and tie them up in these knots. He was making all these knots that were a pain to get out. And then he would tie them up, put them inside of like a sheet or a pillowcase, and then tie that up, and then always be headed to walk out the front door with it. Or I've got to leave, and he would just walk around with it under his arm because I guess somebody's going to steal his stuff. I don't know. But I would just look at him and be like, where are you going? Oh, I got to go to work. Okay. Well, how about you want something to eat first so you don't get hungry on the way? Y'all, it's going to blow your mind if you ever go through this. And I don't wish this on anybody. But the things you will experience dealing with someone with dementia will change you forever. Like, even just having conversations with people who don't have dementia but may be delusional about their lives it makes you better able to deal with the world and people and their nonsense, because your loved one can't help it, right? But just average people out here in the world, some of them you need a little extra patience with, and having to deal with someone with dementia will give you that. It will give you that patience because it will force you. If you don't have the patience, by all means, please talk to a professional and get all the help you can, because I don't want any of you to turn resentful against the loved one that you're taking care of and like hitting them or beating them, locking them in rooms, things that we hear about on the news that hurt my heart when I see these things. And I've been incredibly frustrated before. It's a lot to deal with. But the fact that people are out here doing these things to them, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little touched with that topic, because I've seen cases where it's like, I could never imagine treating my dad that way, even when he was fighting me and, hitting me and stuff like that, because he just doesn't remember or didn't remember that I was his daughter. It's a lot it's just a lot. Let's put it like that. It's a lot. And when I hear those stories, it's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. But also, I understand how people end up there, and that's what I don't want to happen to anyone. And that's why part of the reason why I ended up creating this page, because I want people to have all the resources that they can get. I want people to have access to everything, and no one makes it easy. To be honest with you, no one makes it easy. You have to dig and dig and dig for information, and it sucks. It sucks, and it's expensive. They make it hard for you to, even something as simple as getting EBT. Well, that's what it's called here. Getting food stamps. They gave my dad, what was it? I think $16 when they first issued it, and then it became like $23, and that was for the whole month. Like, it's for the whole month. What is he eating with that? If he didn't live with me, what would he be eating? This is what you hear about things with people eating stuff like cat food. A lot of older women, I've read stories about that. They'll eat cat food because it was cheaper than just buying tuna. The last can of tuna I bought was like $3. I was like, what is happening? So I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for you all to get the resources that you need. I don't want people struggling to get basic information. Your loved one worked for years. You probably worked for years. We pay into this system, and then to get anything out of it, it's like pulling teeth. So, that being said, hold on. Have the patience. Find the patience. Talk to someone. Your loved one is going to act a little, quote unquote, crazy from time to time, but be strong. And when you can't be strong anymore, take a break. Get someone to help you. Call someone. And if you don't have anyone to call, if all else fails, I've heard of people taking their loved one to the hospital. I know that that's a way out. When you feel like you are on edge, call 911. I promise you. Or call the non-emergency line. Do something, but don't lose your wits, okay? Hold on to it. Take a break. Tell somebody that you need help, especially when they're irate about you stealing something, because they can get violent. They can get physical, depending on the size difference. You will be scared from time to time. I went through moments where I was like, I am locking myself in my room because he is losing it out there. But just hold on, and I'm here to be a resource as much as I can be. And all I can say is just hold on, okay? Yes, so when it comes to it, I just want you to be aware that this is something that can happen. For many of you, it will happen. Don't argue with them. Don't say, I didn't take your stuff. Don't be aggressive with them. Don't argue with them. Just offer to help look for the things and find a distraction. That's the best tip I can give you today. All right? I didn't cry. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. The link to my Instagram, if you want to learn more about my story and my dad's story and sort of where we started and where we are now, the link to my Instagram is in the description bar. The name of the page is also The Casual Caregiver, so you can just go look for it as well. Leave comments if you have questions or if you have suggestions for topics you want me to discuss next time. I would gladly share all my knowledge with you, so to make it easier for you to keep your loved one at home. Okay? So I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.